Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Smurf.
Alright, so this is Ratchet and Clank, and I'm not going to talk for this first planet because it's a little difficult.
Yeah, sure. I could talk a little bit if you don't mind, just because this is the final day of our marathon for Karis Cure. So far, we're almost at $2,000 raised. We're currently at 1,680. So if we could get to 2K by the end of the day, that would be very incredible. That would get Kara's overall goal like really close to her full funds. So
Hell yeah.
if we could do that,
Okay, so just to
that would be
explain...
amazing.
Oh, sorry. Just to explain what the hell just happened. That was a trick known as wallopers. In New Game Plus, you start the game with all the weapons you collected from a previous playthrough, and one of those weapons is the walloper, which whenever you use it and then enter an end-level movie, you can store Ratchet's momentum and make some pretty wild jumps, like that, skipping right to the end of the planet. I'm also going to try to do a little trick here that'll make things look really cool if I can get this. I missed it a little bit. The idea is you want to make it on top of this elevator before that cutscene activates, just because it'll take you all the way to the top to your ship. Saves like 10 seconds or something like that. So yeah, that's the first two planets. This run is filled with a lot of interesting tech, since you start with a lot of the weapons from previous files, and there are a lot of different glitches and exploits that are introduced into the run because of it. For example, on this planet, we're going to get the helipack. And combine that with a few other gadgets and items we already have, it'll make us go ridiculously fast. So, the first little bit of this run is mainly just doing wallopers. That trick right there is known as an infinite jump. Combining the PDA with a few little button presses, you can trick the game into thinking you're in a grounded state, which will allow you to just do a bunch of jumps repeatedly. This can also be combined with side flips, long jumps, stuff like that. So this next bit is going to be a walloper long jump, which looks something like that. Combining the momentum with a long jump will allow you to store all of the speed into it. Looks something like that. That was the infinite side flip I was talking about. Here I'm going to do something called a neutral long jump, where whenever you do a long jump but hold neutral on the analog stick, Ratchet will just gradually gain speed. So something like this. And then you can combine that into some side flips to do that sort of thing. Now I'm going to try to go for a glitch called train skip, where I do a Visibomb. That might not work. You do something called the Visibomb glove cancel, where you long jump and then use the Visibomb glove to slide into the cutscene, but it cancels it. I missed it, but the idea is that you would cancel this cutscene and be able just to walk to the end of the trigger to just end this section immediately. It's a little difficult to get sometimes, but it's not a huge deal if you miss it. Nothing crucial. Just a time save. If you miss it, you just walk to the end of the stage. It's really not hard. But that's the end of Novalis. Or not Novalis, Kerwan. It's nothing too special. The next planet is known as Eudora, and it features a new glitch I'm going to do called Decoy Glove Clips, which is exactly what it sounds like. Using a weapon called the Decoy Glove, you're able to clip through walls pretty easily, actually. It's a really nifty glitch. It's used a few times in the run. But yeah, now that I have the basic introduction of the run down, there's a little more time to relax. So, yeah, this planet Eudora is probably the easiest one in the run, and the shortest. It only takes a couple seconds. Like where I'm long jumping is the end of the planet right here. Angle it correctly, and you'll just clip right through the door. So it's super simple. The next planet isn't nearly as simple. It's the Belarg Station, where the idea of what I'm going to do is the exact same. I'm going to use decoy glove clips to flip through a door and get an info bot and skip directly to the end of the stage. But the decoy glove clips are a little more precise than the one on the last planet we just went to. There we go. That's the first one. Now... Alright, nice. Got them both first try. So what I'm doing right now is called pod warp, where usually whenever you go to that pod, you have to watch a little cutscene that'll take you back to your ship. But if you know what you're doing, you can just skip it. Basically using an in-level movie and tricking the game into putting you in a grounded state in the middle of the cutscene, you can just skip the cutscene entirely. So this is Rilgar. This is the first introduction of ILJs, hopefully, unless I mess it up, which will look something like this. Let's see if I can do this properly. Ah, no, messed it up. I'm using a new controller, and I'm not used to it, and the button presses are a little different than what I'm used to. So it looks something like that. Basically, you have to mash a button on the D-pad, some direction, typically left or right, and combine it with a fluttering sort of pattern on the L and R buttons. Or R button, rather, not L and R, but the L and R buttons. Angie! Hello!
Angie holding it down.
There we go.
Shoutouts to everyone here already.
That was a fairly sloppy blarg, but I'm not used to it, so... Yeah, you typically have to flutter the R2 and R1 buttons, because that's what helps you do side flips or long jumps, and that's how you kind of combine those two together. So I'm actually going to do them again, but on this next planet, Umbris. So the first thing I'm going to do on this planet is jump into a pile of mud and trick the game into thinking I'm dead, because when I do that, the game allows Ratchet to go through walls and completely unlimits his max speed cap. So it'll look something like this. So the game thinks I'm dead right now. And now I have to do this piece of crap trick. Alright, that's good. Then I just do that, and I'm at the end of the stage. Simple as that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open the PDA around the first few frames I enter the lava, because when I do that, the game just immediately kills Ratchet. So that was Umbris. The next planet is, I believe, Battalia, which in terms of movement is in my opinion, the hardest planet in the run. It involves some pretty nut stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to do at least a little bit of it. So, let's go. Could have been a little better, but that's the basic gist. The end of it would typically have you clip on top of a mountain and just immediately have a cutscene activate up here, but it's not a huge deal if you don't get it. So this next bit, I'm just going to go to the end of the level. This part's also quite difficult, so let's see if I can do this. I didn't get it. There's some really fast movement you can do here. When I mean fast, I mean it's really fast, but it's really complex. Alright. See if I can do the backup. Oh, no, fucked it up. That's fine. The idea is to do a walloper punch, which will let you gain enough speed to do a long jump that'll just take you directly to the end platform right here. But if you mess it up, thankfully you can just use the PDA and skip all of it. It's not a huge deal if you miss it. Just really slow. Alright, so that's the end of that planet. I was honestly really worried about that. Happy I at least didn't die. I'll take that over anything else. Oh my god, never mind. Come on, save this. I didn't take bonking into the ship into consideration. Okay, that's fine. So those are like the 4 hardest planets to do back to back. They're over with. I can't believe I messed that up though. So this is Orxon. Now the whole thing with this planet is that you can't play as Ratchet right now because of the way the air is. And usually there's this long, boring, dumb Clank section to go through. But we don't really want to do that. So instead... Oh, maybe not. Okay, that totally ruined the cool factor of this trick. There we go. Instead we'll just do that. So that's known as, like, I believe it's called a boat proxy, or an upwarp, maybe is a better way to put it. Or zip. Either term is really fine, probably. But that's like a really nice, quick section of the game. Nothing too hard about it. Okay, so this next section is Gaspar. This planet doesn't have anything too significant in it. We're just going to get the pilot's helmet and then leave. We need the pilot's helmet in order to do the next planet, which is Pokitaru. So, take care of that. So the idea of this planet, as said, is just to get the pilot's helmet, which is right over here. It's nothing too complicated in terms of movement. You just long jump, really, and then do some side flips. Alright. There we go. Gonna do that PDA abuse, or not. There we go. Now we're good. So that's the end of Gaspar. Now the next planet, Pokitaru, is... essentially, it's an auto-scroller. That's what it is, basically. And an escort mission. You have to take this one character through the planet, just killing enemies, and that's really about it. Unfortunately, there isn't anything too exciting. Alright. That's essentially the whole planet. There is a way to speed up the planet just a little bit, by like 15 seconds, I think, by doing something called a guy warp. But I'm very unfamiliar with that trick, and I'm not 100% sure how to do it correctly. So for now, it's just going to be running around the planet and killing everything. Alright. The run kind of slowed down a lot here. It'll speed up eventually, but for now this is the slowest part of the run. And there's also no way I can actually control how fast the guy is going right now. That's all completely set in stone. I can't change anything about that. That's why this planet kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Thankfully, we're nearing the end of the planet here. I'm gonna go for a little trick that saves. It doesn't save a lot of time; it just saves a little bit of time. Where I'm gonna try to wallop her through a door to get an item faster. Basically, there's something called the I believe it's called the jetpack. the thruster pack. It's called the thruster pack, where you can just clip through the door, activate the cutscene, get the health thruster pack. I think I messed up over here. I think there's still one enemy to kill. Yeah, that's fine. That just allows you to get that quicker. Usually there's a cutscene that activates that warps you all the way back there. Why are you not over here? That's why. Okay. There we go. That was my bad. Yeah, now I have like a little mission to do in this thing. I can't enter it yet because if I do, when that cutscene activates, things just mess up. Things get really glitchy. Like Ratchet will be standing on top of the ship. You'll be able to like control him, sort of. It's really weird. The game kind of breaks in that moment. So this isn't anything special. It's just a gun mission, basically. The whole idea is to shoot down these little ships here, which you have to do by slowly shooting them or shooting missiles at them. Here, come on. This is going far better than I expected. Usually this mission's a bit of a pain. Alright, that's good. So now Poketar is over. Now we just have a cutscene to get Ben to get back to the ship. So the next planet, we're going back to Orxon. Now that we can actually control Ratchet there. Now Orxon is easily one of the hardest planets in the game. Probably tied with Battalia, if not, maybe a little less hard, but it's still very hard. The movement is incredibly precise, especially at the beginning. I doubt I'll be able to nail all of it, but I'm going to try my very best, so. That's not what I want. Come on. Come on. No, stop it, game. There we go. I need helipack. Damn. I'll try it again. Oh, my angle's messed up, though. Damn it. That's fine. I'm just messing things up today. The idea of that trick is to... I should probably do this. The idea of the trick is to be able to do a bunch of neutral long jumps and chain them together to get all the way over to this section. And when you chain all of them together, you maintain all of that speed that you gained from doing those neutrals. It's just a little faster. This section is basically the same. There's nothing you can do that's much faster in this area. Now, one thing you can do that I actually haven't mentioned yet, but one thing you can do with the thruster pack is known as mid-air long jumps. They look like that. For some reason, I don't know why it works with the thruster pack, but for some reason, when you're in the air, mid-air long jumps, what I was talking about, are also known as ground pound cancels, but for some reason, whenever you're in the air and you just do the input for a long jump, you long jump in the middle of the air. It's very strange. I don't know why it happens, and I died. Okay. That was weird. I'm very confused. The fuck is happening? Usually whenever you do this, you like walk up to this section and just hold forward against the wall. There we go. Okay. I don't know why that wasn't working. But yeah, that's Orxon 2. It was very poor. But yeah. That's a pretty hard planet. So this is Hoven. Hoven has a trick at the beginning of it where you do an up warp to a turret. The controller I'm using, I had to switch out my PS2 controller because the adapter I was using for it broke. But the PS3 controller I'm using is not exactly the easiest thing to use in terms of doing infinite long jumps, but I'm going to give it a shot, and if it works, it worked. If not, it doesn't. So we'll see what happens here. It didn't work. That's fine. I'll just do this. Oh, there. Okay, it worked. What the hell? That's the up warp. Usually what you do is you do a PDA glide underneath the turret, and it would just up warp you to it. I guess I just missed the trigger, though. I don't know what happened, but that's what it looks like. The game just kind of warps you into the turret for some reason. The game, actually, there's not. I know why it worked. For this turret, the game checks your X and Z coordinates, but it never check coordinates. So if you're just underneath the turret, it works. So for this section, you're just trying to blow up like 4 different sections of this ship here, and then you leave. It's sort of a dull planet, especially since it's like 2 planets, Orxon and this, or not Orxon, Pogataru and this, which are both ship missions essentially. But alright, hopefully I can get this ILJ. Nope, even messed that one up. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Alright, hopefully I can at least get this one done. So, Ultanis is going to feature some really weird movement. Hopefully I can at least get it down to an extent. The idea is that I'm going to be using some agents, or not agents of Doom, the Glove of Doom I think is what it's called, to defend myself against bullets. And then I'm going to be doing a bunch of neutral and mid-air long jumps to, well, you'll see. Come on, there we go. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Oh, nope, already messed it up. Maybe? A little. I messed it up a little bit, but I recovered. Now I need to activate a cutscene trigger. Okay, so normally there's a boss fight you do with Captain Quark right there. But if you exit it and then just long jump over here, go over to this area, a little thing happens. So the game thinks I beat Quark. Because I'm in this area, the game just says, oh, I guess you beat Quark. And it lets you skip the fight. And now you can just leave. It's really nice. Okay, so the next planet that I'm going to is, not Ultanis, oh, it is Ultanis. I was right, okay, I'm dumb. We lose Clank for this planet, but it doesn't really matter, because we can just... Nope, not that. Come on, there we go. There we go. I can just skip over here. Now, the end of the planet, typically this is a pattern in Ratchet and Clank games. A lot of the planets start and end in the exact same place. So if you just do that, you're at the end of the planet and you're done. So the next planet I'm going to, I believe, is Port 2, which features a bit of an interesting glitch. The developers, I don't know why they did this, but I guess when you use the Tesla Claw against certain enemies, a chain reaction can occur where the lightning will hit other enemies that are near those enemies that you're hitting. When you combine that effect with a decoy glove, it will do a chain reaction to enemies through doors, which will essentially allow you to skip the entirety of the planet. See if I can do this properly. Come on. Really? Oh my god. I swear this jump isn't hard. There we go, thank you. Alright. Okay, never mind. God damn it. Out of all the planets to give me trouble, I love how it's Port 2 of all planets. AKA the easiest planet in the game. Or one of the easiest. Come on. Work with me here. No, god damn it. What I'm basically trying to do is slide up the very side of this. Like that. There we go. Okay. You just kind of slide. For some reason, I don't know why that works, but you just slide up. Come over here, pull out the decoy glove, throw it. Stand right next to it, really, and then just shoot. Now, usually, like, the cutscene activates in this area, that area I was just in, but it doesn't activate unless that enemy that I just killed is dead. I don't know why, it just doesn't. Okay, so Belden's Fleet. This is, like, the wind-down section of the run. The next two planets, this and then Velden 2, have had a bunch of updated tech and insane movement, but it's really, really hard, and I don't feel comfortable going for it at all. So I'm going to do, like, the baby strats. So for some reason, I don't know why, but you can just clip through that wall. And now we're out of bounds, and now we're going to do this. Now keep in mind, if I mess up, I die. Like, if I accidentally do, like, a ground pound input or something like that, Ratchet will just fall to his death. There's no way to recover from something like that. Oh, like that. Son of a bitch. That's, what I was referring to. Part of the show. Hell yeah. So hopefully I can nail this next trick. The outside of this planet isn't, or not really a planet, station, I guess, is completely solid. So now that I'm over here, I have to find a way to clip in. So let's see if I can properly do this. Nice, first try. So that skips a pretty hefty planet station. It skips a big section basically. That's what I'm getting at. All right, so this next planet, Velden 2, final planet. Time is gonna come up in a little bit, in like the next minute or so. So I don't think any of you saw it, but before the run started, I set up a little bit of a glitch, you could say, called Drek Skip. Now Drek is the final boss of the game. Now when you beat him, this big, long cannon sticks up from the ground called the Replanetizer. Now, whenever you kill Drek and that thing sticks up, if you don't actually hit a button to end the game and, like, start the final cutscene, the game doesn't clear the game's memory. And so the game just thinks it's beaten right now. Like, the game, straight up from the beginning of the game to right now, the game thinks I've killed Drek. So when we get over here, I feel like I'm going to say this and it's not going to work. Okay, there we go. That big, long metal thing sticking up there, that's the Deplanetizer. So from the beginning of the game, this game has thought that I killed Drek. Even though he's not dead, just because that memory never got cleared. Now just kind of make our way over here. There's going to be a little button that'll pop up from the ground, and when I hit that, that's when you know to go with the time. Or actually, when I do the input to do a ground pound, that's when the time. Point is, time is coming up. That's really what I'm getting at. All right, here we go. Time's coming up. And time. So that's Ratchet and Clank NG+. I messed up a lot more than I was hoping to, but I mean that's the basic idea of the run. It's really fun. It's really difficult, but overall it's a fun experience and one of my personal favorite speedruns. Thank you for the GGs. I appreciate that. But yeah, if anyone's actually looking into getting into this game, I highly recommend it. It's a really fun blast of a speedrun. And I'm really happy I got to run it in front of you all. And I really, really hope that more money is raised. Hopefully we can hit that goal. That'll be really, really awesome. Marathon run tagline. So, yeah, that's Ratchet and Clank. I don't know what Joe's gonna have happen next, but
What we got happening next is our boy F. Jordy doing some Need for Speed Carbon.
ooh, nice. That'll be fun.
And I think that's just like a raw, any percent style kind of run he's doing. And I mean, I think when most people think of Need for Speed, they probably don't think of a broken game. So
No, I don't think most would.
if you guys want to see like brokenness in the game, there is a donation incentive he has up for a glitch exhibition after the run.
Ooh.
So definitely get some donations in if you want to see that. There's also a 3-way live pizza eating race between myself, RP Godfather, and Sir Pico. That is an incentive. We'll just go get a large pizza. All of us throw the webcam on the stream and just chow it down. That's definitely worth seeing, trust me.
I would imagine.
But for now, we're gonna get to this Need for Speed run by my boy Georgie.
Well, alrighty, I'll go ahead and sign off.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing that run, dude.
Oh, thank you.
It
It
was
was
awesome.
a really fun time. Hopefully you can raise more money.
Indeed. Thanks for participating, man.
No problem. Peace.
Rolling out.